1 week ago, I started consistently posting on social media, and in this video, I'll go over everything I learned during that first week. During the week, I posted videos on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. But before we get into any of the tips and things I've learned, I want to show you guys the results from that first week. On YouTube, I got 115 views, 9 hours of watch time, and about 10 subscribers. From the one YouTube short that I published, I got 603 views, 2 comments, and about 12 likes. Now, on TikTok, we got 1,000 views, about 35 likes, and right now I'm sitting at around 12 followers. Now, last but not least is Instagram, where we got 1,823 views, and 92 interactions, most of which were likes, few of which were comments, but definitely Instagram was my best platform over the past 7 days. Speaking of Instagram, that brings us to part 1 of what I've learned over these past couple of days. Hate. As someone posting online, you will receive hate no matter what. You'll receive hate no matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, no matter how much you post, no matter how little you post. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you post, you are going to receive hate, just like I have. I've only posted a handful of videos, but on most of them, there are hate comments, which seems insane because I just started and I know I'm bad and everything, and I know I deserve it, but I just want people to stick by me. But that doesn't matter. People are gonna hate, and you have to be able to deal with that. I got hate comments, and I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, they kind of got to me. I read the first few on the first video I posted, and I thought maybe I should just quit. Maybe it'll be easier if I just don't post anymore. If I just, don't deal with it. But then I thought, am I really gonna let these few people who just want to bring me down literally stop me from doing something I dream of doing? Am I really gonna let a couple people who just want to hate for fun to get a laugh out of it actually let me ruin my dream of being able to play video games and interact with an audience for a living? I've always dreamed of that, and I'm not gonna let them get to me. It definitely helps that while there are hate comments, there are also those nice people who will reach out and who will say that even as a small creator, even if you know your videos aren't great, they'll stick by you and they'll say you should keep going. And when you read those, it feels 10 times better than reading all the hate comments. But I want you to be prepared. As a small creator, or as a big one, you will receive hate. That's something I've learned in these past 7 days. Part 2 is about the skills required to post videos online. What I mean by that is the skills required as in talking to the mic, for one. Obviously, if you show your face, it's also being on camera. That's a skill you'll need. And if you don't have it, it might feel really difficult to try to break out of that shell and actually start talking and trying to be yourself. But the only way you're going to do that is if you continue to try, is if you keep putting in effort. So you'll also need to be tenacious to post online because you'll have to put the work in to learn those skills. The next part is about the software and the research that's required to actually learn how to use any of it. I personally use OBS to get my recordings, and then CapCut. Why CapCut for editing? Because I did my research and I learned that CapCut's the most beginner friendly, and I have never edited or touched anything like that in my life. So I decided to go with the most beginner friendly one, and I use CapCut to edit my videos. But for everyone else, it'll be different. So you have to do extensive research into what tools you want to use, what software, what programs, everything like that. You need to do extensive research is something else that I've learned. And that's one of the skills. That's just something you'll have to learn. And that's no matter what, no matter how far in you are. You have to do research on topics to learn about them. You have to watch more videos. You have to keep learning, otherwise you won't get better. So you also have to continue learning. Another skill you'll need is editing. and being able to make thumbnails, because those are the first thing people see. You need to learn how to make them simple and not too complex, but still get your point across. I still don't know how to make thumbnails very well. I've watched a few videos and they've definitely helped, but learning how to make thumbnails is definitely a process, and it's not something you can master in 1 week. You have to have a lot of skills to be able to actually make productive and useful thumbnails that get your point across, are concise, but are also simple enough where you can look at them for a fraction of a second and understand what's going on. So the editing and the thumbnail, also a huge skill you'll need. And then you also just need to be able to deal with the small things when they go wrong. Something that's happened to me a lot when I first started was the POV of Minecraft would be off because I didn't know fully how to use OBS. But instead of just scrapping the whole video, I decided to post it with the bad POV, just because it would give me more practice as a content creator, more editing practice, more practice talking, and I wanted that practice. I thought it outweighed the fact that the video was going to be bad just because I needed more practice. So you'll also have to be able to deal with all the small things that come up while making videos. Now, part 3 of this video is definitely a lot lighter than the other two, and it's just about how much fun it is creating content. I just got out of school, and I haven't felt that rush in my chest from playing high school sports. But the first time I turned on the mic and had that rush of adrenaline in my chest, like I'm doing something, like I'm putting myself out there, that was an amazing feeling. And I don't get that very much anymore, even after just a week. I feel like I've had a lot more practice talking to the mic and posting videos and putting myself out there. But now I get to talk to an audience, even if not a lot of people see it. 20 people is still sitting there talking to a room full of 20 people. It's an insane thought, and I just love to think about it. I love to think about the future, and I love creating something with my own hands. It makes me so happy, and it's just such a wonderful feeling that you have to experience, especially if you're thinking about posting. It's just something you can't get from anything else. And I'm so thankful I started. If I could have, I would have started earlier. Because this has been one of the most fun weeks of my life. And it's giving me something to look forward to every single day. I have, like, numbers to look at. And with work, obviously I get paid. But it doesn't give me something to look forward to the day after. But I post a video and I go to bed and I think about how it'll do. And I'm excited to, like, see what it has in store in the future. And I haven't felt like that in a long time. So one of the only other things I can say to you is just keep posting, because this feeling is so worth it, and I can't wait to see where this goes. So if you've watched this far, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and I'm going to keep working hard. That's all.